Kempire is brought to you by the Kempire After Dark live experience is kicking off 2025 with a bang. We're coming back to Washington, D.C. at Union Stage for another amazing show. If you enjoy hot topics, reality TV, and so much more, every single show is a different experience. If you haven't already, get your tickets now for our return to Washington, D.C. I know it's the inauguration week, but let us be the light at a very, well, maybe not so very, depending on who you ask, tunnel. All right. I'm excited to bring this live show experience back to the DMV area. More information on tickets will be available in the description. And New York City, you're up right after that. For Black History Month, we're bringing back the Kempire After Dark live experience to Green Room 42. And this is going to be a very special show as well. But don't forget, you will have access to a live stream option exclusively for this Kempire After Dark live experience here in New York City. We'll be posting links to all of the shows, and information will be available in the episode notes. And I look forward to meeting all of you in person. See you soon. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Apologies, guys, for being a little tardy for the Sunday party. But if you were here last night, you know I was up late with you guys talking about that update. Well, not an update. That news story in regards to those twin brothers that were recently. Hold on, let me turn my notifications off. Hold on, because all my notifications are going off. Let me turn this off. Okay, there we go. We were talking about the Alexander brothers, twin brothers, and their older brother are accused of very similar things as Diddy. So if you missed it, be sure to check that out here on our YouTube channel. And literally when I got off of live yesterday, guys, they tried to limit ads on that video. I fought it and we won. Come on. Oh, wait. I fought it and we won. Okay. So do you see why we have to kind of change to some of the things that we say? So that is why. Literally, when I said it, all of a sudden YouTube was like, oh, here you go. But no, we won. We appealed and we won. Okay. Look, but be sure to check out that video if you missed it. I did pin it to the top of the live chat on YouTube. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. Keep tapping your screen. Shout out to those of you watching on Twitch. We're no longer streaming on Twitter because you have to pay in order to stream on Twitter. And I'm not paying y'all. Okay. When I can stream here on YouTube. Okay. Teresa says, come on, lawyer Kempire. I mean, it's really just a button. Well, guys, this is our weekly recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And look, when I went to Washington, D.C. earlier this year, I didn't realize that people wanted to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville or D.C. As you know, the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to Washington, D.C. on January 24th. That's Friday, January 24th. So we have a lot to get into, a lot to talk about. So if you haven't gotten your tickets and you are in the DMV area, this is your opportunity. The premium seats have already sold out, which is fine, but there's still general admissions tickets and meet and greet tickets. So go get your tickets today. All right. And New York City, you've been asking, like you didn't just get already two shows in 2024. Well, you're getting a show at the top of next year, February 21st, Friday, February 21st. We will be returning to Green Room 42 for another key for the Kempire After Dark live experience in honor of Black History Month. So make sure that you get your tickets for that. There's also a live stream option for that show. So for those of you that aren't in New York, because if you're in New York, I don't want to hear nothing. Go get your tickets. But if you are in Europe, or if you're in Africa, or if you're in Canada, or if you're in other parts of the United States, there is a live stream separate link option that you can take advantage of. Okay? All right. It's Missy says, it's my goal for 2025 is to go to a Kempire After Dark show. Where are you located, Missy? Let us know. All right. Oh, Queen Shamama says, that's my birthday. Well, happy early birthday. All right. Tanya says, I'll be there. DMV is already showing out. The fact that we already sold out in part of our seating, I'm like, okay, DMV. The people that are serious wanted to make sure that they were up close and personal. I appreciate that. So I'll see you guys. Literally, guys, it's a little bit like a month away, a little bit over a month away. Fine. All right. Love and Marriage Huntsville, because I know this is what you came here. Okay, sidebar. For those that may have missed it, I did recap last weekend's episode, I recapped it a couple of days ago, so it was late, but I did recap last week's episode, so I won't be talking about it here. Oh, damn. Missy says I'm in Pakistan. Well, there is the live stream option. The live stream option. So for Missy, but if you make it to the States, you do have some two dates that are coming up next year, okay? All right. Dee Dee says, I'm going to the one in New York. Woohoo. Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Mr. Melon Magic says, I watch old clips of this show on YouTube, and I see why Mel hates these people. Oh, my God. Do you guys really think that Melody hates these people? I don't think she hates them. I hope not, because it's just not worth it. I would not want to be around people that I hate. Okay? IG says that... Oh, wait, hold on. IG says, I'm getting the live stream ticket since I missed LA. Sorry, IG. I'm sure we will be back in LA at some point next year, but I'm sorry you missed it. We had a good time. Oh, the Diddy tea that dropped at that show. The Diddy tea that dropped at the LA show. You just never know who knows who, and especially this New York show. You know, there are people that were partying. So for those of you that are part of the New York City show in February, you better come. You better come with some tea. All right. Baby girl says, Kempire, is your meet and greets like Chris Brown's? It can be if you want it to be. We could do whatever you want. Okay. We could take all kinds of erotic photos together. Really? Anyways. All right. Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you guys had to rate this week's episode from 1 to 10, how would you rate it? At first, I wasn't sure because we had an episode that was really around Trish. And you know how I feel about Trish. Okay. But after watching it a second time, yes, I had to watch it a second time this morning. Melody is still producing, but I appreciate the production. She's doing a better job than Carlos. Okay. So let's start at the top. So we continue from where we ended, and that's with Melody and Trisha's very awkward, cringy conversation. Okay. Melody asked Trish why she didn't give her some sort of heads up. If you knew that the group was talking about this situation between Trish and Martell and hanging out, and if was there anything. So Melody thought maybe as a courtesy, Trish should have pulled her to the side and had a conversation. Do I agree with that? I don't know if I agree with that. Would I have done that? I don't, maybe, just because I know this is going to be on television, but I'm talking about in real life. Would you normally pull someone to the side? Maybe. If you're in a friend group and there might be some awkwardness, I might pull someone to the side. Well, you know, there are people saying things about, but there isn't anything. Okay. Witcher says, OMG, a second time is torture. Well, honestly, it wasn't, thankfully. So if I had to rate this week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I probably would rate it a 7. It was decent. But it makes me wonder if they pulled all the clips that they were throwing in between from previous seasons. I'm like, this episode probably would have been a half hour. They kept on flashing back, and I don't mind it, especially for someone that's never watched the show. I have watched the show, but I'm saying if you've never watched the show, it kind of gave you context. And I'm sure that's the whole reason that they do that. Okay? So Melody wanted some sort of heads up. I don't know if she deserved a heads up in that regard, to be honest with you, especially if nothing really ever happened, even though the group might be talking about it. If nothing ever happened, I don't think I need to give you a heads up. If something did happen, then maybe I would give you a heads up. But I don't know. I think there's nothing wrong with giving a heads up, but I don't know if it's a requirement. I don't know if I would have an issue with someone if they didn't give me a heads up. All right? Okay. So they continue in their conversation. So Melody says, and this is where I have to agree with Melody, because I didn't think about it, and maybe because we're so desensitized to reality television that we, in real life, like, this wasn't normal for the group to bring up those issues not the issues, the fact that they felt that Trish wasn't 100% honest with them about what really happened between her and Martell. And Melody brings it up. She was like, I find it funny that they even brought it up at the table in front of everyone. But Melody then makes it about her and says, well, maybe they did it to see what kind of reaction they would get out of me. And I was like, well, that makes sense too. Look, that makes sense too. that they were trying to produce, because they have been trying to produce last season, a lot too. So they were bringing it up in front of Melody at a group of people that don't necessarily even know what's been going on. So the fact that Melody brought that out, I was like, oh, wait a minute, you're right. Hold on. Why would her own friends throw her under the bus in front of all these people that don't know her? But Melody says, well, I think it was for them to see a reaction out of me. So that might be the part of the reason why Melody looks so sort of like stone-faced at that dinner, as opposed to giving any sort of reaction. Melody was just sort of like flat and like nothing. And I was like, oh, because remember I mentioned that. I was like, Melody's reaction was interesting, but Melody was already 2 steps ahead of the game, because she was sort of like, you're not going to get a reaction out of me. And literally when she says this in the scene, I was like, oh, I didn't even catch that. Okay, look. All right, let me take a sip from my coldest water bottle. Yes, the code still works. Kempire 10 for 10% off. It's the holidays. Get you one. Just saying. Anyways, so Trish says she doesn't know why Melody even cares. And here's the thing. I'm going to have to agree with Trish on some level. Why does Melody even care about what may have went down between her and her ex? Because she's like, when it comes to my ex, I don't care whatever's going on with him. But when you think about what Melody's insinuating, that the group tried to possibly get a reaction out of her, that is probably part of the reason why she might be asking these questions. But the timeline of it all, look, I appreciated the questions and the interrogation because it was entertaining to watch, and all the humming. If you missed our recap of last week's episode, you missed a fun time. I literally had to rewatch it myself. I was like, this is funny. But I have to agree on some level. I'm like, I found it to be interesting that Melody was even asking those questions, or even coming across like the jealous ex-wife. Because I was like, why are we even giving him even that much? Because we know, Melody, you don't want to be back with Martell, right? Like, right? Just saying. Ashley says, it's a scene. Don't they get paid per episode? Allegedly. Because we don't know what the contract's over there in regards to Own and Kingdom Reign. Okay. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville and this first scene between Melody and Tricia. So Tricia's confused as to why Melody's even asking questions about her ex, because she herself doesn't care a thing about her ex. All right. Tasha says, why did Tricia wait to be on this show to get a divorce? That's a good question for Tricia. Maybe. Monique says that Monique, don't Espos, calm down. For a second there, you look like Tisha in your thing. Tisha's a beautiful woman, but I know a lot of people don't like Tisha. Espos rise. Calm down. But no, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, Tisha? So Monique says, I don't think Melody cares. I think she's revealing Trish and her lying characteristics. Literally after watching this scene, I said to myself, because I was on the fence. I was on the fence about Tricia, if she was honest or being dishonest. But we've seen so many times where she's lied. And after this conversation with Melody, I'm like, oh, she's a liar. And then a lot of you have hit me up on Twitter and on Blue Sky and have said, we've been trying to tell you. Mr. Melvin Magic says, Espos rise. Come on, Espos. Come on. I'm going to really make this a thing, and y'all going to blame me later when all the Espos come out, right? Okay. Gifty Baka says, at this time, Melody has come so far, so she shouldn't blame that scene on producers. I wouldn't have bothered. Good point. Hey, Nelly. Nelly says, I think Tricia wanted to divorce Marquez because of safety. Marquez is unstable. We're going to talk about Marquez, because Marquez, something's not right there. And I get why Tricia gets so frustrated. I do. All right. Tricia then invites Melody to her kids' celebration. She says, okay, I wrote this down because I thought Tricia's invitation was kind of weird. Okay? Oh my goodness. Can you guys see me? What's happening? Oh, it's buffering? Oh, it's not buffering for me. Some of you are saying that it's buffering. I don't know. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe it's YouTube, guys. I'm going to keep going, though, until maybe it'll fix itself. No, maybe it'll fix itself. I don't know. Look. I don't know. Maybe watch me on Facebook. Maybe it's not buffering on Facebook. All right? Anyways. All right. Anyways. So I'll say this in regards to Tricia. Tricia inviting Melody to this. She was like, I want you to come. I want you to come. Again, speaking through tight-lipped teeth. All right? Tight-lipped teeth. Like, I want you to come. All right. Fine. All right. All right. Is the audio going to? You guys can't hear me either? What's going on right now? Sassy says, I can hear you, but can you see me? Look, Sassy says, I can hear you, but can you see me? Missy Pete says Mel was giving the audience a show. All right. All right. All right. Let me just double check. Let me double check on. You guys can also watch me on Twitch as well. I'm live on Twitch just in case. IG says, damn, I blame the drones for the bad signal. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know what it could be. Let me double check on. Let me double check. Well, no, I'm fine here on my browser. It's not buffering, right? Let me see. Let me double check something. Hold on. All right. All right. No, it seems to be fine on this one. All right. No sound. What is going on? I don't know what to tell you guys. Everything on my end is fine. Let me text it in the chat. Judy says a glitch in the matrix. It might just be YouTube. Everything is fine on my end. It might be, let me see. DJ says her non-reaction was a reaction. Okay. I don't know, guys. And literally, it isn't now? Oh, it isn't now? Is it working now, y'all? Let me give y'all a moment. Danielle says we don't have buffering problems here at the Kempire. It might be YouTube. I don't know. Okay, Tiff says I can hear and see you. All right. I don't know. Okay, some of you say I can hear you, but can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Lord. Okay, Hibiscus says mine is cleared up. Maybe it was the drones. Carrie, I did not say that y'all internet was raggedy. I've been blaming YouTube. I didn't blame any of y'all because there was a few people having the same issue. Kalani says you guys should go out and come back in. Okay? I don't know. I mean, things happen, y'all. Things happen. Mercury, is it still in retrograde? Okay. Kimberly says it's working now. Whew. I don't know. It's better now on YouTube. All right. All right. Godchild says fine now after restarting. So maybe it was a glitch on YouTube. Maybe it was the drones. Okay. Eva says my Wi-Fi is right. No, I think there were a few people having the same issue. Maybe it's a particular provider that was having an issue. Okay. Lady J says I can hear and see you. Whoo! Because I literally usually I'm able to tell if there's an issue on my end. But okay. Let's get back to this. I don't know. Someone says, El Singleton says she's 55 seconds behind. Thank you, Omisha. Omisha, beautiful photo. Omisha says, I can hear and see you. Perfect. I think there might have been an issue. Maybe it was a particular provider that was going down, and that's why some people were having the issue. But we're back. Let's get back into Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's okay. All right. Thank you, GB. GB says it's not buffering anymore. I don't know what that is. Let's get through this recap so just in case it happens again. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, so we go to Chris Fletcher's office. So Chris Fletcher has a new office in North Huntsville. This is what I can appreciate about Love and Marriage Huntsville, that these folks are really from this town, are from this area. Because Nell says she's from north side of Huntsville. This is where Martell also grew up. So Martell drives by and has a conversation with Chris. And he brings up Marsau. And the thing is with Martell, it's hard to even take him serious, because even when he's like, I don't want to talk about that man. Even then, I'm just sort of like, he has like a little bit of a smile on his face. Like he can't even be serious. Remember what we told you in the last recap, what Tisha was saying. And Tisha was saying that there was more that was said that Marsau said that was taken out. Okay? All right. Queen says, we sorry. We love you. Okay. So Martell, he just, even in that moment, because other people, when they're really angry at someone, they could say it. Like, you could tell, like when Marsau said, that friendship is over, I believed Marsau. When Martell talks about his issues with Marsau, he's like, I don't even talk about that guy. It's not even believable. It's like he has a little smirk on his face. It's not believable at all. Okay. All right. I'm not on IG, Training Wheels. Look, Training Wheels, I'm not even on IG. What are you talking about right now? All right. Taya says, it's a bit of a lag, but we see and hear you well. Greetings from the state of South Carolina. What's going on, Carolina? All right. Moving on. Kimberly says, I'm so over Martell. All right, Training. Okay, I'm going to have to ban you if you keep posting. We can't hear you on IG. We're not on IG. Okay, banning. Sorry. Maybe we'll unban you later, but you're repetitively in the chat saying the same thing. Okay? And we're not even on IG. Look, we're not even on IG. Okay? All right. Anyways, thank you. Kalani says, I had to go out and come back in and everything was fine. So do that, guys. If you're having an issue with the sound or anything like that, go out, come back and restart the app. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe it's Wi-Fi. Who knows? Elise says, where's Sonny? Well, Sonny probably had nothing more to film because Moses ended up in jail for leaving the state. Okay. Tika says, for goodness sake, let me get out of church service. Kempire, I'm wrapping up now. Really? Right now? Okay. And hey, Antigua. All right. Dee says, Martell is a lot of things, but he's right about Tisha. Espos, get her. Espos, get Dee. Get her. Hey, Samira. Samira says it's all fine now. Good. Look, good. Let me get back to this. So Martell talks about what went down. They talked to Martell about what went down at the field day. In the field day, as we know, a lot was said. Some of it was left on the cutting room floor, including accusations of men that Martell has been with. This is what Marsau said. Okay. Someone said, bye, Sonny. Damn. Look, Danielle says, honestly, I forgot about Sonny. Me too, until they said it. Okay, until they said it. Okay. Damn. Yeah, you probably won't see Sonny for the rest of the season because he probably got locked up during that little hiatus. Fine. Lady says Moses is in jail. But I see that Sonny is on YouTube talking about the season. Poor thing. Poor thing. Anyway, so they talk about what went down. Nell says, I don't like the fact that you involved Tisha. And this is where Martell loses me every single time. Because he says, well, Tisha got herself involved. And then he was like, first of all, Martell says that Marsau is foolish because they have done things together. I mean, I guess cheat together and maybe run trains on people. Just saying. And he says the information that he has is factual. Okay? Factual. Chris also let Marsau know that let Martell know that Marsau. Now I understand why they mix up the names because I've been mixing up those names a lot. There's too many M's on the show. Maurice, Marsau, Moses. Can we get different names? Anyways, so Chris lets Martell know that Marsau is not interested in a friendship anymore. But back to what Nell was saying. So Nell was saying that she didn't like the fact that Martell brought up Tisha in this fight. Keep it amongst the men. But Martell says, well, she got involved during the fight. All right. Then he tries to make it seem as if Tisha might be the reason why Melody decided to file for divorce. I was like, what? Martell, this is the problem. I think if he had taken some sort of ownership, maybe he would have gotten Melody back. But he refuses to take any ownership. Now it might have been Tisha's fault why Melody would have filed. And this is when they flash back to some of the things that Tisha has said about their marriage over the years, including the fact, I forgot about this. They really flash all the way back in regards to Martell having a matching BMW with his side piece. I'm assuming it was a coleslaw. Okay? Exactly. Baby girl says Tisha only asked for proof. But we know what Martell is. He says he's not going to apologize to Tisha. We don't expect you to apologize, especially after what Tisha said on Carlos's YouTube channel about you being with boys, men. She meant men. I don't think she meant boys. I hope not. Okay. So he basically says maybe, he was like, Melody wasn't talking about no divorce when they were having their problems. So he insinuates that it might have been Tisha that got into Melody's head about filing for divorce. Wow, Espos, I didn't realize that Tisha had that power and influence. Well, then there's the Espos. Espos rise. Espos rise. Exactly. Omisha says Martell doesn't take accountability for anything. And that's the frustrating thing. And even when he tries to take accountability, yeah, I cheated, but she cheated too. Like, he just can't just let it sit in, I was wrong. If you really wanted Melody back, Martell, I think you've had taken ownership back then, not now. Taken ownership back then, true accountability, and made change, I think she would have taken you back. But I'm kind of glad she didn't, because we're seeing so many red flags when it comes to Martell. Exactly. T says he still can't believe that Mel left his butt. He also can't believe that Melody left him and is doing far better than him. Far better than him. So Martell says that it is his duty to share what Tisha and Marsau said at this field date with Melody. So L. Fisher says, all 8 Espos. How'd you come up with the number 8, L? L. Fisher, how did you come up with the number 8? Did you literally count people that you know that are Espos? It might fluctuate between 8 and 9 because, 1 minute I'm an Espo, the next minute I'm a millimeter, the next minute I'm team no one. Look, all right. I Am Victoria says the ninja is unhinged. He really is. And we only seen a glimmer of that. So Martell, for me, what stood out in this conversation with Martell and the Fletchers was the fact that he still doesn't take any accountability for his divorce. He's not going to apologize to Tisha. He's actually blaming Tisha for the reason why, possibly why Melody decided to file for divorce. Ashley says, who's the 8 Espos? Show yourself. I know some of y'all are here. All right, 2 of them disliked the video. Sorry, Espos. Mr. Melon Magic says, on old clips on YouTube, I saw where he showed up to Mel's date and was like, why did you go to our favorite restaurant? Yeah, we remember that, where they were arguing outside and he admitted to showing up on when she was on a date. And we don't even know if it really was a date. I don't know if Melody ever confirmed there was an actual date and she didn't just go there with someone. Teresa says that Martell is the epitome of gaslighting. A lot of these men on the show are the epitome of gaslighting, if I'm going to be honest. Marsau, too. Marsau's not innocent from gaslighting Tisha. All right. 8 Espos. Are y'all still here? Like the video if you haven't already, okay? Oh, my gosh. Hey, Rita. Rita, you don't have to send me anything. You do not have to send me anything. You can send parcels, I believe, to... damn it, I forgot to check my P.O. box. I meant to do that yesterday, okay? Hey, Orange Sorbet. Every time I read your name, I get hungry. Orange Sorbet says, stop disliking the video. Just leave. Get out. Like the JoJo song. Leave. Get out. I mean, it's fine. Either way, it's engagement. They're probably still watching. So keep watching. We appreciate the engagement, okay? I just say it because I can see it behind the scenes on my platform, and I find it funny because someone disliked the video even before I even started, but they probably know. They probably were an Espo. Espos, I gave y'all a name. Y'all should be praising me. I gave y'all a name, Espos. Okay? I have too much fun with this recap, and the show is not even that good. Come on. This show isn't even that good, but I have such a good time kikiing with you on a Sunday. We are terrible. All right? Espos, millimeters. I got to think of the Dusties. Hey, Dusties. All three of you. All three of you. They're all relatives to Destiny. What's going on, Dusties? Anyways, let's move on. So Ken and his friend. Okay, this place is called Wicked. Based on the outside of this place, I did not expect to go in and feel like a real men's hideaway lounge. What was this? Was this a barbershop club? What was this? I don't know. You know what? Tina says they're actually the teabaggers. I can't with you right now, okay? Miss Cat, did you see the drones in New Jersey, Miss Cat? I watched season 1, episode 1 and 2 last night because I was starting to think I was crazy, but Mel mentioned the issues in the marriage, and Martell admitted to the guys he comes off jealous. See, ain't nothing gonna make me go rewatch those older seasons again. I can't. All three of you. Okay. Oh, hey, Brooklyn Star says 3 is being generous. I know. But I was including her family members. Okay. Y'all are a mess. Can y'all behave yourselves? That's why we were buffering. Okay. We're not buffering anymore. Hopefully not. Okay. A mess. So Ken meets up with his friend. All right. I don't know how I feel about Ken. I don't really love Ken. I don't love Tricia. I definitely don't love Marquez. Okay. I don't love any of them. But some of the things that stood out to me. So that he ends up talking about the dinner with Marquez. All right. And he says that Marquez is not mentally stable. And here's the thing. I think when we watch Marquez on the show, we all probably think this, but this is a man that has to co-parent and intertwine with this man on a regular basis. He's also co-parenting these children. These children, although they might agree, I don't know. I just felt it was out of line for him to say it. You can think it, you can even have pillow talk about it, but to say it to a friend of yours on national television felt icky. It felt icky, even though it might be true. I don't know. Based on what we've seen of Marquez, but you have to interact with this man. You have to co-parent with this man. I just feel like calling him not mentally stable was weird. It was weird. And I honestly did not expect that from you, Ken. I felt like you've handled this situation usually very well. But that for me was like, not to call him mentally stable. Not mentally stable. Okay. So Ken says that he's doing a lot of things with Trish that she tried to do with Marquez. So there he goes again, taking a jab at Marquez. But it might be, it probably is the truth. So they're traveling and the things that they're doing together, these are things that Trish wanted to do with Marquez. All right? I know, Kimberly, it kills me. Marquez says, here's another M name. It's like they want to I guess I should be happy that it's not a bunch of S's, because you know me and my struggle with the S's. See, I take digs at my own self. Come on. Take the dig on your own self before other people try to. They still try to. It's okay. I don't care. Alex says, I started to like Trish and Ken and their storyline as the season has progressed. Have you? I can't say the same. Wait, China and Terry. Hey, China and Terry. Ken and Marquez and Trish give me scary vibes. What do you mean? Alex says the reunion is going to be fire. Well, I will agree with you there. I do believe that the reunion for this show is going to be interesting. The reunion will definitely be interesting. All right, let me get back to this. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels that talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, and there's plenty of them, but you probably haven't discovered them because you haven't liked this video. All right? So don't forget, you can also hear an audio version of some of our live recaps and special episodes on the Kempire podcast. While you're there, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. And for those that don't like when I promote, well, who else is going to promote me? YouTube? No, they're promoting their own ads. Okay? But I still have to promote my stuff. And so many of you say, I didn't know you had a podcast. I didn't know you had a show coming up. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. So if I don't say it, who's going to say it? You? Shout out to those of you that do promote me. I do appreciate it. All right. Oh, exactly. Mr. Melody Magic says, I wonder how the Melody and the Kimmy combo will go. Because you saw the preview for next week's episode. Kimmy has a lot to say in regards to Melody and her questions about infidelity in this group. Okay. Wait, Danielle says Marquez is now friends with Melody. He's not that not mentally stable. He knows what he's doing. Even in the scene at the end where he was trying to become friendly with Melody, like, he's no fool. All right? He's no fool. Orange Sorbet, there we go. Says, Kemp, I'll see you in February. Let's not forget your upcoming show, 2025. Thank you. I'll see you then. Oh, what? Maria says, I don't think that Ken and Tricia are a real couple. They're actors, in my opinion. Really? Well, if they're actors, they need to quit and find something else. Because they're not good. They're not good actors at all. It's giving Tubi. Okay, it's giving Tubi. Dee says, yes, Marquez needs alliances, and who better than Mel? I mean, honestly, and for me, that says to me that, he's not as woo-woo as we think. Okay? Oh, wait, Kay says, Kimmy stated some things will not be addressed at the reunion because they didn't see the whole season prior to... Oh, my God. Kingdom Reign Entertainment. How do you feel about reunion and you didn't see the entire season that you're talking about? That is so, like, we know this production is haphazard, but how are you having a reunion? Is it just a reunion of season 102 and not season 300 and something? Like, what? Like, this is a mess. And you're messing with the fans when they're trying to watch the show in chronological order, and they can't. They can't. Anyways, I'm going to move on. So, Ken has all this, conversation for Marquez and how Marquez acts when he's around. He says that if Trish does get the divorce papers, he will get a ring. And he's told this to Trish. Okay. Will, his friend, asks if Marquez continues to act weird and says and do these things, are you going to stop inviting him or including him? And he's like, basically, I think so. I mean, could you ever stop including him when it involves his kids? I don't think so, unless you legally get it done that way. D, I thought that too. D says Tubi's better than that in regards to their acting. I thought that as soon as I said it. And I was like, well, no, Tubi's, is, but it's not even giving that. You're right. Alex says, hold on. They filmed the reunion before the season's over. Sorry, but this is my first season watching the show. If so, that's crazy. Well, here's the thing, Alex. That happens with all reality TV shows that have reunions, even with Bravo. But with Bravo, they send you the rest of the episodes before the reunion so you can talk about it at the reunion. So I don't know how they filmed this reunion without talking about what we're watching right now. It's not going to make sense. It's stupid. But I'm not surprised. Brooklyn Star says, I feel like Carlos does this on purpose because he's about to edit the hell out of Mel because I feel like she's ready to walk. I mean, there was a little bit of tension it looked like there was tension between Carlos and Melody a few months ago, where she was kind of calling him out on social media. Okay. El Singleton says that Ken is overstepping. Here's the thing. I definitely think he's overstepping in regards to calling this man not stable, mentally stable. But I can't say that he's overstepping when it involves the kids because he lives with Tricia. He seems like he's co-parenting and he's stepping in and being a father figure to these children. So I can't really say that he's not. Just because they're not married doesn't mean that he isn't stepping in. All right? Antoinette says that Tricia's not ready to get married. And we see that later on when they talk about this with Destiny. Well, let's move into this Destiny scene. Well, Destiny scene, really Trish scene. Trish, you can't help but to be cringe. So she has the notary come over, and Destiny comes over before, and they're talking, they're hanging out, and things like that. And what did she say? Wait, oh yeah. So the notary comes first. Well, no, the notary came after Destiny comes, and Trisha didn't say anything to Destiny. She has the notary come sit down. The notary says, "Hey, how are you? I'm Amber." Then she sits down and then she mentions, "Yeah, I'm going to get my divorce papers notarized." It was so weird. Like, she's so weird in that way. Like, she's awkward. Like, just say, "Oh, Destiny, I know you're here, but I just want to give you a heads up that I have the notary. My divorce is being finalized. I have the notary coming." But no, she has the notary come and sit down. Destiny's sitting on the couch, and she's like, "What's happening here?" Like, Destiny is speaking out loud, like, "What's happening?" And she hears Tricia talk about the divorce. She's like, "Okay, weird. Weird." So Tricia gets her divorce papers notarized, and she does it so casually in front of Destiny. But Tricia says, she's like, I'm not sure if I'm excited or if I'm sad. But she's like, "Is it bad that I feel excited, signing these divorce papers?" And Destiny's like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But she's like, "It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years since she's been separated from Marquez." I didn't see anything wrong with Tricia being excited about getting a divorce. Okay? However, just the way that it was handled, Tricia, that's what made me kind of go, okay. Can you imagine Tricia and Marquez? Like, they're both, like, for me, they're equally yoked. Like, I feel like that would work like, I understand why that worked. They're both weird. Like, they're both weird, but two weird people probably shouldn't be together. Someone has to be sensible. So probably that's why it works with Tricia and Ken. Someone's got to be sensible in the relationship. Someone's got to be able to speak clearly. Between Marquez and Tricia, I would be like, Melody, if we didn't have Melody being the interpreter at the end of this episode, we all would have been lost. We all would have been lost. Let's be honest. Come on. Melody was the interpreter between Tricia and Marquez, because I was just like, what are they saying? Triggers, and we see what's her name getting frustrated, and I'm, what's going on? Tish says they give stunted growth. That's a great way of saying it, but we see each other. I know what you wanted to say, but that would not be politically correct. No, Samira says they give introvert. I'm an introvert. That's not introvert. Okay. Lawson says, "Why are we coddling Marquez? Are we? Are we coddling Marquez?" He has said himself that he hasn't been there for his kids. He has also said that Ken has been there for his kids. If you want to respect as a dad, act like one. Agree 100%. Agree 100%. D says, "Has it been 5 years? The timeline keeps changing because Tricia is a liar." All right. Who's talking about Scorpios, Nelly? Who's talking about Scorpios? What did they say? What did they say? CF says, "I think this was a scene for Dizzy? And to open up about her divorce and what she went through for how she felt. You can tell by the way Disney, eyes got big. She thought they were setting her up." Well, I never thought about that. You might be right. Honestly, though, Destiny, if you don't come back next season, I would understand. You're lucky you got 2 seasons, but that's only because they filmed everything like 1 season, and now they've broken it up. Okay? A Beautiful Bull says, "Marquez was giving petty, man. Ken, still a weirdo to me, in my opinion." I don't know if look, in this bunch of weirdos, Ken is the least weird. Just saying. Tiffany says, "They make me miss Tiffany and Lewis." Anyone else? Look, anyone else? Look, all right. Anything else in this scene that I wanted to... Okay, so Destiny says that she believes that Trish will go through a mourning period. Do you guys agree? Look, Destiny is talking from a place of getting recently divorced, so she might experience it, but she also wasn't separated from the chicken man for a very long time before they got their divorce. But then I said to myself, well, she might go through a mourning period because actually, remember, she took a long time too to move forward with this divorce. It wasn't just Marquez. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Who said stupid? Being introvert is not synonymous with being stupid. Well, I just call myself an introvert and I am far from stupid. Okay. Look, I thought the same thing, Chanel. Chanel says Destiny always misses an opportunity. Like, this was her opportunity to open up. You guys bring up a really valid point. She brings up, they brought up this divorce as an opening for them to relate and have a conversation. And Destiny just doesn't open up. She just doesn't open up. Kia says, just you, Tiffany, and Lewis can stay out. Look, Tiffany's working on her mental health from being on this show. I hope she's happy. She just had a baby. Well, not just at this particular moment. The baby's probably walking, right? Oh, China says that Trish not marrying Ken. We all know this. I don't think she should rush into getting married. She just got a divorce. Okay. Hey, Logan. Logan says, Ken confused me with saying his kids. Like, does he have other children? He does have a kid, right? He does have a kid. But I get it. Okay, we'll get there. I don't want to rush to that. So Trish says that she's not in that place. She doesn't, they've been separated a long time. She doesn't think that she's going to have any issues with moving forward. Okay. She then also explains why she's so hot-tempered, and Destiny says, so does this mean that you and Ken are going to get married? And this is where she says, like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know about that. She's like, the ink is not even dry on this. Okay. But she says, she's been through a lot with Marquez. He's part of the reason she's dealing with, she's still trying to heal some of what she's gone through. And she says he's the reason why she is so quick-tempered. But she does say that Marquez and his family are going to be coming to this event. This is going to be the first time that everyone is together. All right. She does say that it pisses her off that Ken is so peaceful about everything. Does that bother you guys as well? Does that bother you guys as well? Okay. Oh, he doesn't have a... I thought he had a daughter. Oh, thank you, Omisha. Omisha says, Ken doesn't have any biological children. That daughter he claims is his ex-girlfriend. I love the fact that you guys know all this information, because honestly, I don't care. But I appreciate you bringing it into the information. Okay. But he claims someone else's child. But what I want to clarify, that when he's saying their children, he's not just talking about Tricia's children. He's talking about this other kid that he's brought into the relationship that's not biologically his. Thank you. Now that we've gotten that out, all right. Scorpio men love being stepdaddies. Is he a Scorpio? Okay. Thank you, Miss Cat. Yes, we've gotten that all together. Ken had a girlfriend that had a daughter, but I don't think he has any biological children. Oh, well, that says a lot about him. Okay. Oh, Ashley says Ken is desperate. That's why he's peaceful. Really? Oh, thank you, CM. He did an interview with Millie Chun. Okay, so that's how we learned? Okay. All right. Archie says Ken seems thirsty to me. You think? I don't know if I get thirsty, but I also didn't think that Tricia was a liar, and here we are. Look, here we are. Queen Shamama says, I kind of felt for Marquez, but then lost my respect again when he started talking his business to random men. Weird. I know you guys want to get to that final scene at the kids event. All right. But before we get to that, we have to talk about this scene with Melody, Tisha, and Marsau. I know, but I just want to put it out there. I just want to put it out there. The chemistry between Marsau and Melody, I know this is off the Espos, but also Tisha. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay. Not y'all being judgy in the chat. Elite Society says, or society, I think you mean, right? Society. Oh, there we go. Elite Society says, Kempire, why did Kimmy bring alcohol to a high school graduation party? Not Maurice 2.0, turn up party. She didn't bring the alcohol for the kids, though. She brought the alcohol for Tricia. Okay. Samira says, I'm a Scorpio. We love way too hard sometimes, even if it's not good for us. China says, I lost respect when Marquez took gas money from Ken. Yeah, he's a little bit of a scrub. All right. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're live on TikTok behind the scenes. Hey, everyone. And Tina says Marsau and Melody are together are TV gold. Yeah, because they're messy. They flash back to all the times that Melody got Marsau together. He says any conversation with Melody, he's like, I always end up good. Then they play all the times that she just gets him every time. Gets him every time. But you guys notice, I even noticed that Tisha's a little uncomfortable with how well Marsau treats Melody. She's like, oh, we're cordial. We're cordial. And he's like, I don't know what you mean by cordial. I don't know what you mean by cordial. She's like, we're fine. Okay. So Melody had text Marsau. I don't know why she didn't text Tisha, but fine. Text him to let him know she was going to stop by and have a conversation because she received a text message from Martell. So Martell really thinks that this is season 1 and that he was going to gain some sort of alliance with Melody to go up against the Scotts because he knows their history. And Marsau is clocking it. He's clocking it in his confession. He's like, this is what Martell thought he was going to do. And I was just like, yeah. But remember, in the early seasons, that's what Melody would do. But that was her husband. Her husband has since now cheated on her, had a baby on her, has displayed abusive behavior. Now she's in court with him. She has a no contact order against him. They're in a different place. However, remember we did a whole separate video talking about that no contact order. Now we found out that he can't text her for anything. Like there's no contact, period. Not even for the kids. So Melody proves another point because the no contact or the other violation that was brought up to court that Martell violated was about him reaching out to her about Melody going to the DA. And we were like, how did you know she went to the DA? Are you stalking her? But Melody brought up in this scene that he already violated the no contact order even before then. So Martell texts her, and she's like, he's not even supposed to be texting me unless it's about the kids. But he texts her about, Marsau and Tisha were talking or were saying degrading things about you during Destiny's Field Day. So Melody says, I'm going to go, and because we've said if we have any issues, we're going to talk about it. So she brings it to them. And Marsau says, we didn't say anything degrading about you. I don't even remember mentioning you. And then Tisha chimes in like, well, you did mention her about this. And basically Marsau brings up the fact that Martell, all these M's, Martell insinuated, did Melody flirt with you when they met up? And he was like, he's that level of weird that he would ask if anything happened between us when we met up. So he said that was the only time that he brought up Melody. But other than that, they never talked about Melody. To me, it's weird. But again, a liar is just going to lie, even if there is no proof. And it seemed as if, and I agree with Marsau, that Martell wanted to gain some sort of alliance. He needed somebody with a bigger bite, meaning Melody. And normally Melody would get Marsau together, but Melody wasn't having it. Melody does not see it from Martell. She hasn't seen it from Martell in a while. So I don't know why he's in this state of delusion, thinking that Melody was going to ride with him. We literally saw the scene. We didn't see the Scotts say anything about Melody that was degrading or derogatory. So they have this scene where it seems like for the first time in a long time that they're all on the same page. All right? But Melody also says she believes the reason why for years the friends have believed Martell and have made her the enemy is because she's been quiet. She hasn't said anything. Which I believe, especially when they were married. I believe Melody never threw Martell under the bus to the other couples. Because that, to me, it's very like a Taurus thing. So it must be like a very Scorpio thing because that's our sister sign. So I can see her not letting anyone see what's going on in the household. We're gonna keep a tight front here. However, Martell has always been the mouthpiece and talking and saying everything. So now she understands why they might have believed Martell over her because she said, I never said anything. I kept quiet. All right. So Marcel brings up the fact that he's loaned Martell money. Then he also mentions that Martell said during the field day that I have 5 girlfriends. Look, we talked about that in the other live just a few days ago in regards to, possibly Martell has given information to Tasha K, and Tasha K might be interviewing one of Marcel's girlfriends. We'll see. We shall see. And when that girlfriend comes out, if there's anything legitimate, we'll talk about it. But she's going to have proof. She's going to have proof. God's Child says, Martell is mad weird. He can complain he wasn't getting enough oral during the marriage, showed a videotape of her doing just that, and questions his friends as if she's tried with him. Okay. Picky says Destiny's a Taurus. Picky, I'm going to block you. I'm going to block you, Picky. Ain't nobody tell you to remind us, okay? Okay? Mm-mm. Oh, see, Picky's one of the Dusties. She's one of the 3. Picky, I'm playing. Okay. Tish says, I would like to see the dynamics between Martell and Coleslaw. Now that would be entertainment. You want to see it on the show? Are you saying that you want to see it on the show? Eva says, Dusty must be an April Taurus. The shade. But I see you. All right. I see you. Okay. Hey, Miss Beverly. Miss Beverly says, Chris even told Martell he didn't remember the Scott speaking about Mel. Oh, yeah. Thank you for that catch. I forgot about that. Told you the Dusties were in here. Anyways, let's talk about Tricia's family event. Okay, so Trish is hosting this family event for her 2 kids that are graduating. Fine. Okay. She brings up the fact that before the people arrive, she tells Ken, we got the divorce papers notarized. Okay. Look. Fine. Again, an episode about Trish that I just don't care about. So Marquez. So everyone's arriving. Marquez arrives and he introduces himself to everyone. And it was awkward. Even Nell was sort of like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm the father of these beautiful babies. Okay. All right, Marquez. It was so weird. But again, can you imagine Tricia and Marquez, high school sweethearts? Both weird AF, okay? Both weird. But fine, here we are. So he's going around the party. He's like, oh, I don't know you. Oh, I know you. He's like, hey, I'm the father. Ken is watching from afar. He's like, here you go. This is what he does. He makes it seem like this is his house. And as a man, I can understand, especially if you're providing for someone else's children and he isn't providing, it does kind of irk you that you're coming in here acting as if you're the man of the house and you really aren't the man. So I can see why Ken might be bothered by that. Okay? So Marquez then gathers, what was it? Chris Fletcher, Maurice, Lance was there as well because Lance was Destiny's date. So apparently something's happening. Okay? Y'all better stop calling her lockjaw, okay? Stop. Okay? So he gathers the men together. Well, no. This is separate. So before he does this with the other men, he gathers the guys, all the guys that are there. He wants to make a toast, Marquez. He wants to make a toast. He's like, shout out to our kids, our family, and our wives. I mean, well, y'all wives. Weird. My thing is like, why are you making a toast? And why in that toast didn't you like say, thank you, Ken, for being there for my kids? All right. Didi says Trisha's a Pisces. Okay, why do y'all keep getting? Weren't we talking about this last week? Not last week. This week in regards to Trisha's sign. All right. Weird. Guys, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. Thank you, Orange Sorbet, for the super sticker. We appreciate the support. Guys, you can also support the channel just by liking the video, but there are other ways you can support the channel that are available in the description, including getting a little something for yourself from our House of Kempire merch store. Is it behind me? Oh, wait, I had something here. Look, from our merch store, head on over to houseofkempire.com. We also have, look, all my wares. Woo, woo, woo. Or as we say in London, woo, woo. We also have this limited edition, House of Kempire. Okay, all embroidered. Look, cute. All right. Take this off. Anyways, so back to our Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. If you're watching the replay of this, be sure to let us know where you're watching from and your thoughts on the episode and how you would rate the episode and anything that we had to say about it. All right. So Marquez decides to make that toast. Fine. Okay. Then Marquez pulls Maurice, Chris Fletcher, Lance over to the side and talk about, his issues. And he's like, man, I need support. And Chris Fletcher's like, I know we're the mentors, but this is weird. It was weird because he's talking about Ken and, Ken's straight. He's got this, he's got that, he's got the family, he's got my kid. It's weird. It's weird. Clearly he was trying to have some sort of moment. I don't know what he was doing, but it came across very weird. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What do you mean, Miss Edith? Are you spilling tea? Mrs. Edith says, hey, Kempire, I believe that Marquez and Tricia were in the same small classroom. And that's how they hooked up, got pregnant, and the parents made them get married. Mrs. Edith, I'm reading between the lines. Okay. I'm done with y'all today. It's Sunday. I'm going to need y'all to start behaving. Okay? I'm going to need y'all to start behaving. Okay. TA says that Marquez is infantile. He doesn't make sense. Maybe he's regressing. Not regressing. Okay, Godchild says Trisha's birthday is see, I'll keep them different dates. So 2/4, which would make her an Aquarius, right? February the 4th? Okay. Chanel, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate the support. Chanel says, Marsau triangulates Tisha with Melody and they both feed into it. We're watching a covert narc work. Oh. Dr. Francis clocked it. Oh, Dr. Francis. Tisha deserves grace, not a Nespo. Y'all are funny today. Y'all got jokes today, even on a Sunday. Behave yourselves, okay? Hold on. Eva says Sunday's the first day of the week and we are clocking. Right, Lawson? Lawson says, not the small classes in the back of the school. Y'all ain't right. Y'all need to behave. Please, okay? So Marquez is trying to get support from the men of the cast. Again, Marquez is not dumb. Marquez is trying to have a moment on television, and he's trying to align himself with the men, probably to go up against Ken. I just don't see them doing that. Even Chris Fletcher's like confused. He's like, we just met you, sir. We just met you. But he's just like, okay, fine. So Marquez is talking about his triggers and that he wants advice from them. He then spills some tea. I don't know if I believe him 100%, but Trisha's lied to us about timelines, about the stupidest, silliest things. So now I'm looking at this as, wait a minute. So he says that he found a text message from Ken from 2017. He said, I left like 4 years ago. So was there an overlap? And mind you, in the text message, Ken was saying, I want to lick you up like a lollipop. Allegedly. Okay, fine. So he's mentioning this to the guys. All right. Melody arrives. Melody brings some gifts for the kids. So Trish tells Melody that because she was like, I got my divorce papers notarized. And Melody's like, you're not going to tell him here, right? Because Melody being a producer, that would be great television for her. But the fact that she was like, you're not going to tell him, with the kids and everything, like, this is not the place. Trish, and talking through her teeth, lockjaw, as y'all call her, says, well, I thought about it. Why would you? Okay. She's like, I thought about it. Fine. All right. And then she mentions that Marquez is always asking for money. So Melody's like, so are you going to have to pay him alimony? And she was like, no. She's like, no, I'm not going to pay him no alimony. Okay. And then she's like, well, he should give me some child support. She better hope that she's not to pay him alimony. Okay? She said, I should ask him for some child support. So Melody sees Marquez and she's like, hey. And then apparently Marquez knows her PR guy. And Marquez comes over and he tells Melody that, wait, hold on. We're not right here. The first time. Oh, he tells Melody that this is the first time that he's come over to the house. So Tricia's like, now you lying. You're lying. You're lying. And look, I get why Tricia might get frustrated with him because you're going to sit there and lie in front of me. Okay? And she's like, she points out, like, you've come over, you've been inside the house, you've gone to the kids' rooms. Melody's just sitting here watching this interaction between the two of them. And she was just like, you could tell that these two have been together a long time because they know each other's triggers and they go for them. Okay? What else was said in this conversation? Because I didn't expect this sort of like scene between Marquez and Tricia and Melody. I'm sure Melody didn't. Melody said, I'm going to still eat my food and watch this play out. Melody says, I wouldn't want him, meaning Marquez, to know where I live. Okay. Monique says, Marquez got the advice. He needs to follow Marsau's advice. Remember, there was that scene with Marsau, and Marsau did give him good advice. Do the work and stop wanting to be the victim. You're right. But you see, he didn't go over. Marsau wasn't there, so he didn't go to Marsau because he knew what Marsau was going to say to him. So we had that little moment between Marquez, Melody, and Tricia. And Tricia, you could tell she's getting frustrated. And honestly, if someone was lying in front of you to a friend or a new friend or on a reality television show, I understand her frustration. I definitely understand her frustration. Okay? Okay, Antoinette says, why is Mel concerned about Trish? She's producing. She's producing in that moment. Baby girl says Mel was holding her pearls. Weren't you? I was sort of like, what is happening here? I did not see this moment happening. But Melody says, watching their interaction, she's like, you could tell that these two are, high school sweethearts. Okay. Oh, Marquez brings up Martell, and Melody's like, wait a minute. Like, why are you bringing up my ex-husband? And he's like, he's asking her. He's also asking someone else at this party for advice on how to co-parent around someone that might be your trigger. And she was like, well, what I've learned is that if you don't want someone to be your trigger, you yourself should not be the trigger. Okay. Anyways, so at the end of this episode, we have Ken making a speech. I guess because he saw Marquez come in and make this toast, he's like, I'm going to have a toast in my house. Okay. So he makes a speech and you can see that it's triggering Marquez. So he's like, shout out to Trish and all the parents and myself. And he's like, shout out to the fathers that take care of their kids. Here's the thing. I don't know if production may have edited out some of what Marquez said, but based on what we saw on what Marquez said, he didn't really take a dig at Ken. Okay? But Ken in this episode has taken multiple digs at Marquez. And again, Marquez is not innocent. He's not taking care of those kids. Ken is. All right? But the dig at shout out to the fathers that take care of their kids, some of you might say a hit doggone holla. Okay? Tabby says that Ken's speech was very tacky in front of these kids. Exactly. Like literally right next to him are Tricia's kids. And it felt like a dig at Marquez. And again, doesn't make it right the fact that don't give Ken ammo by not being a father that's there for them. Dee Dee says the stinger was stinging. Okay? So wait, Ken is a Sagittarius Scorpio, so that makes sense. Like, boom. He says, shout out to the fathers that take care of their kids. So all you see is weirdo Marquez slide into the frame. He slides into the frame. He's like, hi, I'm a father too. What is going on? What is happening? So to be continued till next week. He slides into the frame, y'all. And he's like, hi, I'm a father too. Okay. Do you guys think that, I just had this thought. Do you think that Tricia kind of gets off on the fact that these two men are fighting over her? Do you think she gets off on it a little bit? And that's why she never got the divorce? Do you think? I just had the thought. I don't know. But do you think that she gets off a little bit? I mean, they're two good-looking men. I mean, one's weird, so the good-looking kind of fades. But come on, can we talk? When Marquez walked in, I was like, look at him. Kind of. If he didn't speak and I just saw him on the street, I'm like, oh, he's good-looking. Okay? But then he would speak, and then we would see the weirdo behavior, and we're like, But then I thought to myself, does she get off a little bit on the fact that they are fighting over her? And let's be honest, if she did decide to go back with Marquez, he would go back to his old weirdo ways. Kalan says that she loves the mess of it all. Jamina says it's giving that Kempire. So my random thought is not so random. All right. Caramel Kisses says Ken was dead wrong. Yeah, I didn't like that. And again, don't be a deadbeat father and people won't be able to take those digs at you. But here we go. Vanessa, y'all are terrible. Not the lockjaw locks up. I can't stand y'all. Let me drop the call-in link for our members. Okay, live chat. You know what? I'm just going to drop the call-in link. We have 1,400 of you here for our Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. All right? But, right? Foxy says the shady slide. He slid into the frame. Look, Marquez slid into the frame. Like, you know what? The way he kind of slid into the frame, even the way that he's dressed and the way that he looks like a 90s R&B boy band member. Come on, now go back and watch the scene. Watch him slide on in. You's a liar. Come on. He just slid in. He just slid into the frame. And he got his little 90s R&B outfit on. All right, live chat. We're going to drop the call link for everyone. All right, members, that's not part of your membership, so don't get mad, okay? No, I'm going to drop it for the members. I'm going to drop it for members. Let me drop it for members first, and then I'll drop it for you guys in the live chat. Shout out to those of you watching behind the scenes here on TikTok. We appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to those of you watching on Twitch. We see you. And also those of you watching on Facebook as well. And, of course, our YouTube fam. All right? Forever, my lady. Or, I was watching for a moment Martin on Netflix. He slid into, okay, let me focus. He slid into the frame. Forever, Shanae. Anyways, let me focus. Let me focus, y'all. Y'all are acting up today. Y'all talking about lockjaws. Y'all talking about the small classroom. I can't. Y'all, when y'all meet Jesus, y'all are going to have a lot to answer for. Okay? That's if y'all meet Jesus. All right, let me drop the call link for members. Members, we're going to drop the call link on the members tab, okay? Live chat, I'm going to drop the call link for you guys as well. Keep liking the video. It's easy and it's free. Don't forget, you can hear an audio version of our live recaps and special episodes on the Kempire podcast, okay? And if you missed our recap, we did do it later for last week's episode. We just did it a couple of days ago. So be sure you check that out. We had a good old time with that one too. Okay. Yes. Secret Obsession says, Kempire, funny slide to the side. He remind me of the group Drew Hill. Remember that song? You know what song was it? You guys remind me of the song where they did like sliding? Like the sliding. What's the song? Oh, damn. Yeah, but that's what he reminded me of. That's where he reminded me of when he slid into the frame. He was like, I'm a father too. He should have been like, I'm a father too. Sorry. Okay. Right. Elsa says, we all need to go back to church, especially me. All right. Let me drop the call-in link. All right. Let me drop the call-in link, guys. I want to hear what you have to say in regards to Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then I'm going to go hit the stair climber. Get my workout on. Okay. Oh, Eva says, I found my tribe. Shout out to you guys. And speaking of finding a tribe, a lot of you say coming to the Kempire After Dark live experience, you love the community that happens at these live shows. So don't be afraid to come to these live shows on your own. Don't be afraid to do it. So many people do it so you can meet other folks, all right? And have a meal, make new friends, get out the house. Don't forget, we're coming back to Washington, D.C. Friday, January 24th. Go get your tickets today. Tickets are going fast. And we just announced that we're coming back to New York City for Black History Month on Friday, February 21st. There is a live stream link available for those that aren't in New York or the tri-state area. If you're in New York, get your tickets and come see me. All right? Okay. So get your tickets. All the ticket information will be available in the description. Let me take some water. Kay Saunders says, thank you, Kay Saunders. Beautiful photo, too. Kay Saunders says that I didn't watch because Kempire's more entertaining. See, this is why I have to watch all the scenes, because you guys will end up missing all the stuff. Okay? All right. Did I drop the call link for the live chat? I did, right? I did. All right, guys, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. Let's get to 600 likes. We have a few callers backstage that want to share their thoughts. If you're a member of the channel, we did post the link on the community tab. All right, LaDawn is backstage. We're going to bring them up first. LaDawn, what did you want to share in regards to Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey.
Yeah, I want to speak on the Ken situation.
Okay.
You know, speaking from a mother who, you know, made mistakes in my earlier years and did some prison time and had kids.
Oh.
So therefore, their father had them and had a wife and ended up marrying. And when I came home, we had to co-parent. And I wasn't always able to contribute financially, but I was still able to have visits and take them out, do their hair and stuff like that to make it a little easier on them or whatever.
Yeah.
And even when I lived in another state from Connecticut to Boston, I was able to get them on holidays. But I'd be darned. I don't care about money. I'd be darned if the stepmother ever tried to make me feel less than her because she's a stepmother.
Yeah.
The way that Ken goes about it, it's not a problem. It's great that you have, because my daughter and them stepmother, Brenda is a wonderful woman. You understand me? She is, but Ken is antagonizing. Ken is silently, he knows what he's doing and he's arrogant with it. And that's where I have the problem. And even if Marquez got some little issues going on, that ain't the way you do it neither. Who are you to zero in on that and continue to attack that and antagonize him? If a father's standing there, whether he gives money or not, who are you to make a speech that singles him out purposely? Purposely. Okay? You didn't have to single him out purposely. And if I was Ken, I would have stepped to the side too and say, I's the pappy. Okay? Let's not go there. It ain't like you raised my kids from 3 years old on up. You just came in, dude.
Yep, 2 years.
You did not raise them from here on up. You just came in. You wasn't even in the house before that. Your dated sneakily, because her sister didn't even know about you for years.
Yeah.
Okay? So you just got in the household with them. So for you to just be beating your chest like you beating your chest like you father of the year, like you've been there since they was 3 and got them through preschool, high school, middle school, and all that is amazing to me. You got a little bit of big balls there. So I don't like the situation. I don't like the way Ken's handling it. And to me, is ugly. He is not cute. And he's just muscles with a head. That's it.
Damn, LaDawn. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing a different perspective. We appreciate you. You too. LaDawn. LaDawn was like, she read them for filth and then ended it, have a good holiday. Thank you guys for letting me know the Drew Hill song. It's Tell Me. Tell me. That's how he did it. Come on. Now watch that scene at the end of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and you see the way that Marquez slides in. You're going to hear that song. Tell me what you want. Tell me. Come on. You saw it. Come on. You're welcome. Thank you, Gwen. Let me say thank you, Tyrese. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support. Tyrese says, when Trish was interviewed by CK, Ken was not speaking to her. I remember hearing that. I remember seeing the clip. He was upset by some of her behavior in the episodes. Not sure they are still together. So was it worth it to burn this bridge with your ex-husband? Not to say that she wanted to get back with Marquez, but now you probably have a worse relationship with him now. Okay? Tell me what you want. Now I'm going to have to hear that song later. Okay. All right. Kari's back. Kari's backstage. Kari, what did you want to say?
Okay, so I don't like Mushmouth. I don't like her. I really don't. And this is why. Because in that scene, I don't know if you guys noticed, but none of that man's family was there. Ken says that he walked in like, he owned the place. He walked in like he was uncomfortable. How do you have a graduation party for your kids and don't invite their other half of the family, but you invite Ken's family? And then when you remember, well, I don't know if you watch because, you don't mess with them folks and I don't blame you. But if you remember the interview that Carlos and Heavenly did with Marquez, he said that while they were married, Ken was like her fitness instructor and he was texting her trying to get with her. And so when you're with my wife and you're with my kids and you guys were sleeping together while we were together, he said that when he left, he didn't leave their house. He left the marriage. They were separated but still living in the same home. And then when he went out for work, she moved Ken into that house. So I feel like Marquez and Melanie are two separate sides of a divorce coin. You have when people get divorced, you're going to get a Melanie, somebody that's going to be strong, somebody that's going to stand 10 toes down. And then you're going to get a Marquez, somebody that's going to fall apart, someone that's going to be completely heartbroken and devastated that they no longer have their family. And the woman that they're married cheated on him. And now you're trying to make it seem like I'm not taking care of my kids. You're telling people that I'm broke and I ain't got no job. Whole time I do have a job. Whole time I am taking care of my kids. Whole time the reason why I missed that performance is because you lied to me about the time that it was happening at. That's why I missed it. You're sitting, and then I didn't even know you guys were filming Love and Marriage Huntsville. You told me that you and our kids were filming something for like sports or something like that. It wasn't until his son came to him and was like, oh, the producers are trying to get me to talk about you in this type of way, in this type of way. And that's where the bad edit thing came from with Heavenly, where she was like, oh, you got a bad edit. I do not like that woman because I do not like women that use their kids as some sort of tool when they're trying to pump themselves up. Because like she said, I'm so upset that he's not more aggressive. She wants them to fight. She wants, it's titillating to her and she's not thinking of her kids. And I don't like that. And I don't like that big buff dude either. I don't care how cute y'all think he is. Muscle man can go somewhere. Boy, if you don't stop put down the dumbbells and pick up some sense, because that woman don't want you. That woman does not want to be with you. That woman is not going to marry you. That woman wanted to leave her marriage and you were a good way to do so. And she doesn't want to be alone right now. That's all it is. You are unwanted in her life and on my TV show. Goodbye.
All right. Thanks, Kari. And she literally hung up. Wow. Again, guys, we're talking about the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I didn't expect such strong feelings about Ken, but here we are. All right. Kisco says that, sorry, but Ken needs to go. It's all for the show, and Ken looks stupid. Oof. Hold on. Wait, I wanted to highlight another comment. Hold on. Fabiana says, I need to catch up on Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I agree Kemp keeps up and date. Wait, I'm not sure what you meant there. But hold on. Leisha says, yep, he thought they were shooting for a dance show like Dancing Dolls because their daughter is a dancer. What? I hope all this comes out during the reunion because I can't sit and watch all these side interviews that they do. But that's interesting. Okay. Y'all are a mess. Okay, let me get to Shady Gal who's backstage. Shady Gal, what did you want to share in regards to Love and Marriage Huntsville?
It's been a mess.
Yeah.
It's just been a mess this week. Here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Tisha and Marsau. So now we want to be friends with Melody. So now we want, now that the rabbit pointing the gun at you, we're going to sit here and speak facts, what you've been seeing all this time, because your wife has been out here airing him all over the YouTube streets for all his closeted activities. And now, like, you're saying he's a bad dude. But Martell has been this way. He just wasn't shooting at y'all. Now he's shooting at y'all. And he's like, I understand Melody. Don't be on her side now, because this whole season y'all been antagonizing her. That's why Tricia's on the show, to antagonize Melody. Like, was she sleeping with Martell? Has she not been sleeping with Martell? Like, that girl don't care. She just wanted to prove to y'all that she don't care. And like, Mel ain't perfect. I'm not a millimeter by no means, but good guy, girl. It's like when 50 Cent started acting up on the internet. I can understand why he got shot at 9 times. Mel, I understand why you act the way that you do. Because if I was around a whole bunch of people who are gaslighting me about this, especially Kimmy, and I used to love Kimmy, but Kimmy used to say all the time, Martell's a good guy. Girl, no good man acts like this. You're over here talking about Mel's looking for cheating, but you're the one who got on here and said, I had to go check at the office because Maurice doesn't come home at night. You're the one making your marriage look bad. Don't be mad because she's repeating what you've said. And Lord, Marquez, Tricia, and Ken, the triangle I wish we never saw. Can we please be taking out the group chat? Because at the end of the day, both Tricia and Marquez are terribly immature. Like, yeah, Tricia, he sucked. He wasn't there for you when your family died. Like, he did not care. Marquez, you left your kids. You didn't just leave her. You left your kids. Like, accept it. And Ken, you not their daddy. Yes, you're taking care of them. And yes, you're stepping up, but you're not their dad. And it doesn't make sense for you to be throwing shots at him. That's a conversation between Tricia and Marquez. I'm sorry. Take us out the damn group chat. Sorry, Kempire.
Thank you for calling in, Shady Gal. All right. Final thoughts. Look, final thoughts on this. Again, I did not expect this to take the turn that it took, but fine. This is our recap. But I am interested. Normally I don't give a damn about this show, but so far this season, it's been quite interesting. I mean, on season 333. But next week should be even more interesting because it looks like Kimmy has a few choice words for Melody, and Melody talking about Maurice and him, and him, his DUI. But also at this party, we see that Melody has a conversation with Maurice. And Maurice is like, how do you know what even happened that day? So what happened that day, Maurice? Do tell. Was anyone else looking at Maurice's lips again in this episode? I was at the barbecue like, see, he got pink lips. He got pink lips. Anyways, we'll talk more about that next week. Guys, if you enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to turn on your notifications. And don't forget to follow us on Lemonade. For those that are on TikTok, follow us on Lemonade. And those of you, don't forget, I'm also available on Blue Sky at the Kempire on all platforms, including Instagram, Threads, and everywhere in between. Okay, I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, but also subscribe to the Kempire podcast, where you can hear an audio version of our live recaps and special episodes. Thank you to everyone that sent in super chats. We appreciate the support. And Dimpled One says, we forget that it was Ken's idea to join the show. That makes things a little bit more interesting. It was Ken's idea to join the show? Interesting. We're going to sit on that one. We're going to sit on that. Is that true? Wow. All right, y'all. We're going to continue to talk about this in the comments section. Shout out to Replay Crew. Shout out to all of you for being here. Shout out to the Espos, the Millimeters, and the Dusties. All three of you. Bye. Bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.